This episode is brought to you by... If you appreciate craftsmanship and doing things the right way, well, that's what Bardstown Bourbon is all about. They're not just making bourbon, they're pushing the standard forward. Smooth, bold, layered with flavor. Whether you're winding down after a long week or celebrating a big win, it just fits. Bardstown Bourbon. Modern flavor, timeless craftsmanship. Green River Whiskey is authentic Kentucky whiskey with no gimmicks and no shortcuts. It's just done right. Smooth, balanced, and refined over generations. Whether you're sitting around with friends or relaxing after a long day, raise a glass to a good conversation and even better company. Green River Whiskey.
Oh yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to the Travel Dads Podcast, brought to you by Bardstown Bourbon and Green River Whiskey. I am your host, Jason Corley, alongside my best friend,
Jacob Moreno.
So, buddy, today.
So, how was it, man? I mean, you're probably on a cloud nine right now, HUD, hitting the ball well, man, seeing it.
Listen, man, I'll just say this. I'll say to you exactly what I said to him and exactly what I told Scott I said to him. And that was today, not like it's not like this every day, but I walked up to him after the when we thought he hit his third home run in a row, and it was a ground rule double because it bounced over the wall. He comes into the dugout and he's all on cloud nine because he thinks he's going to get this. He thinks he's getting a new glove now.
That's on you. You make these bets.
Well, yeah, I told Grandma Corley she might be on the hook for this one. But anyways, I told him, I had him come right up to the fence, and I just said, make it so easy to be your dad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was one of those days where today was the first day out of the winter. Nobody has played a meaningful game or anything since we left Mississippi last summer. And there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on us because we play on this national team. We don't get to practice every Wednesday and every Thursday or what, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then every Saturday and Sunday up in Michigan, there's an immense amount of pressure for us that we're going to be ready, that the boys are going to be ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you have to make sure you haven't prepared. And sometimes sometimes you have them days where you are questioning yourself, are we doing the right thing? Like, are we working? Are we getting work or what? I'm sure there is.
Is the work going to work?
Yeah.
Is the work that we're doing, is it going to translate? You know what I mean? Because I don't think anybody denies that we're putting work in. It's, is it the level of the work that needs to be done in order to compete at this level, to continue to compete at this level? Yeah. Because, there are certain obligations that we have to uphold in order to keep our spot on this team. I mean, you know this. You've been a coach of this team. Mm-hmm. You have been a coach of this exact team. So you know what I'm trying to explain here as far as it's an untalked about pressure.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
am I throwing beat hard enough? Am I throwing enough junk? Are we doing enough footwork? You know what I mean? The pitching stuff. This is the first year that, Coach Scott, or he really came in and he was just like, listen, this year we need all arms. We've added arms, and this year we really need all arms, which we'll get into later because, bro, the stuff we saw today from some of these other teams, it's junior college level already at 12U. It's ridiculous. We'll get into it. I mean, we're talking 80s. So, it's one of those things.
I believe it, man. I believe it just from watching. I mean, I know you saw it too, just from watching last weekend too, of the arms that were in Houston.
Yes. And everybody's holding their arms until tomorrow, obviously.
Everyone's holding the races.
But we could not have, getting back to what I was saying about the pressure, it's just one of those things where this year, Scott said to me, he's like, I really need HUD to, his footwork is always going to be his footwork. He's always going to have great feet. You know what I mean? Hey, buddy, how are you? Come over here and say hi to Jacob.
Brooks, what up, man?
He said, what's up, Brooks? So he just got out of the pool. So it's one of those things where Scott, he made he wanted to make it an emphasis with us to really work on the pitching aspect of
Yeah.
it because we need the arm. And so to me, that's not a strong suit of mine at all. You
Yeah.
know this. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I was a infielder growing up, and that's just what I did. So this is something that I really have to rely on other people in my life to take little nuggets of information and then pass it on to him. And he's got to be receptive to that. You know what I mean?
Who's he been working with? This.
I mean, all this credit goes to Brandon Oswalt with Brooks's
Okay.
team. That's every bit of credit with HUD's pitching goes to Brandon Oswalt of the Ohio Hit Dogs 9U team, because Brandon knows that I should say Brandon knows that HUD's infield work is tremendous, and that's great. His bat is something that I can help him with. But as far as the pitching side of it, it's all been Brandon. Like Brandon has specifically, set aside. Brandon has come in early on those Saturday or on that, you know what I mean, and worked with him on just little tweaks and changes to the grip,
Tinkering with his hands and
with it to get him more consistent. And even today, Brandon was watching the live feed, and Brandon could see on the live feed that HUD was gripping it too hard. HUD, in certain situations, he could tell HUD was over gripping the ball. And when HUD was over gripping the ball, he was missing it. But when HUD was trusting the grip and letting her flow, it was nasty. It was good. So, that's a typical of today. But man, yeah, today was just a good day, man. Like I walked up to him at the fence and I was just like, you make it so easy. Like, trying not to get emotional about it, but make it so easy to be your dad. Like,
man.
thank you for making this easier on your mother and I, that we can make this commitment, because you're going to perform like this. So yeah.
All the work we've been asking you to do, you are putting it in, and it's showing. Good for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's days that he leaves the cage bummed out, or the infielding, because it wasn't his day.
Yeah. It's just, and you have those days. They're 12.
Yeah.
You have those days. You're absolutely going to have those days where they're just not feeling it. And just for everybody watching and listening, we've got the boys trickling, and we just came back from dinner. We finished up our 4:00 game. Do we know what seed we are yet? So I think we're going to end up 6, because we didn't win our pool, and we lost because we gave up one more run. So we gave up 2 runs, and SBA gave up 1 run. And so we lost our pool, which then it goes into
then it just trickles down. Yep.
It just trickles down. So I think we're going to play at 10:00 tomorrow morning. But the good news is that we're not going to see JSM until the championship.
Till the championship. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So, and which is great, because today, I don't know if you got a chance to. I don't know how much you got a chance to watch, but we didn't.
I was busy all day. I watched half of the first game, half of the second game.
Bro, we didn't have to use any of our arms.
I saw that. I saw what you used, HUD. It was HUD and Joey the first games.
Yep. And then it was Jimmy and it was Ethan.
Jimmy and Ethan. Yeah. I mean, man.
So
that right there is big help.
Yeah, because going in tomorrow, we have our best defense on the field, and all of our arms are in the stall, ready to go. So it's
you just can't be gun shy.
Bro, today felt different. This was the first year in 4 years of being on this national team. Today felt different. Obviously, we're walking into a stadium full of puberty all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Mustaches on 12-year-olds like I've never seen in my life. We thought it was bad back when we were 10, seeing some of these kids. Now these kids 6'2", 260. You know what I mean? They're just football players out there. And we saw SBA Rebels today. They played in every game before us. Like, we didn't play them, but they were in our pool, and and you would know them. You would know their coaches, just because, I mean, I know these guys. I just don't know their names, but you would know who they are.
Okay.
But just absolutely stacked. I mean, absolutely stacked. The team is just enormous. They're so impressive. They play baseball so well. They make 0 mistakes. You know what I mean? Just typical SBA, SBA,
baseball.
Yes, SBA baseball. They do not make mistakes. We did not get a chance to watch JSM because we weren't in their pool, so they were on a different field. So didn't
How's
get a chance.
The complex?
Oh my God, it's beautiful, dude. This Bomba. So we're at the Bomba.
You're at the Boomba Sports Complex.
I call it Bomba. It's Boomba, the bag, the roller bag.
Yeah, Boomba. Yep.
Yeah, it's as big. It's as big as Grand Park.
Oh, okay. So it's a big one.
It's a big one, and it's full turf. Full turf. Everything is turf. So everything is turf. Full fields everywhere. Yes, no vendors at all, which is odd. There's a Marucci vendor over at I think maybe the 9U set of field.
Okay.
There's a Marucci 10 over there, but it's just bats and batting gloves. You know what I mean? No, this is just this feels like an older boys tournament where there's zero fluff. It's just ball.
It's strictly baseball.
Yes, strictly baseball. This is just a strictly baseball tournament. So yeah, our hotel is about 7. We're staying out. Shout out to Home to Suites and Lake Mary, Florida.
Yes,
Holy
beautiful.
shit. It's beautiful.
Yes.
This place is incredible. Yeah. Like, and we were talking about it tonight at dinner. Like, I was trying to figure out, I'm like, what do these people do for a living? Because there's no industry here. And it's just
But
retired.
you're not too far from Orlando, right?
No, I guess that's the thing too, is that this would be no different than somebody living in Avon and working in downtown Cleveland. So
Same thing as we're living in Rochester, working in Detroit.
okay, all right. So it's that's where but this is a immaculate area, and I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. Lake Mary was the Little League World Series team.
The Little League World Series.
So it's all coming together, because this makes sense, because if this is their home park, yeah, no wonder, because this is incredible. I mean, and you can definitely tell that that baseball is a massive part of the community down here. You can definitely tell that Bomba is a massive part of youth baseball here. So if they've got that. Yeah.
So is the Boomba, is there like a headquarters or anything nearby?
The fields are really literally next to the airport, which is why I was having problems with the feed today. I think that the airport runs like their interference of cell signal.
Their satellite and cell signal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because today, the first game, I lost the feed like 3 times. And I'm like,
I know.
what?
After that last time, I was like, I'm done. And like, you guys were up, and I was like, I'm done watching.
I was like, what is going on here? Full signal, but it would just cut out, and it wouldn't just be the Mevo. It would be the iPad and everything. So in between games, I came back to the hotel, and I brought our Verizon home box. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Came back to the hotel, got it, hooked it up at the fields, and used that the second game, and it was perfect. So it was just a matter of, I think, the cell signal with the airport. I'm sure there's airport interference there with cell, but yeah,
I mean, I'm sure there is, because of everything.
Yeah, I mean, home runs are flying out, and planes are going, and it isn't. I'm not talking Delta. I'm talking, these are all small, private jets. You know what I mean? This was and I think I think they actually flew in here. A couple parents might have flown in here. This is the airport in Sanford, which is in Orlando.
Sanford.
Yes,
Sanford, Barberton.
Yes, so it's a pretty popular airport. So I think we were running into some of those issues, but yeah, man, I had a feeling very first at bat of the day, double down the line. I was just like, okay, well, that's how this is going to go. You know what I mean? Whenever this as well as anybody does that. And I don't, folks, I'm not trying to make this sound, I don't want this to come across as being egotistical, but there's a reason why leadoff hitters are leadoff hitters. And our team has this tendency to feed off a HUD, and they go as HUD goes, because HUD has been the leadoff hitter his entire life here at this club, outside of a 6-month stretch during a season. And it just seems like if HUD gets off to a hot start right off the bat, which
it just trickles down.
Dude, it trickles down. And I mean, he gets on with a double, then Gino walks, and then here comes
Willie. I mean, and Willie does what Willie's supposed to do.
Willie does what Willie does. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, and it also helped a lot too. So for the first time, Scott won the toss. Scott took home.
I saw that, and I was like, hold on, did they choose home?
Yeah,
because knowing Scott don't choose home.
Yeah, and I think he did that because he wanted HUD to throw and get into a rhythm before HUD went to the plate.
Or is it that,
I don't know,
the fact that people have had problems with that not taking home?
Yeah, I mean,
in the recent years,
I don't know. I mean, we didn't ask him, but we were all laughing, and we were all like, mark it down. This is how it's gonna go.
Yeah, that's good, man. I mean, that was a good start for him, but especially for everybody. And like you said, they all feed off of HUD, and HUD gets that double, it gets everything going. The juice is flowing. Everybody locks in because they know it's time to go.
Yeah.
And that's how it was. That once that leadoff hitter was on, it was rock and roll.
Yeah, and days that it doesn't, and days that he struggles, you can tell everybody feeds off of that negativity too. So it works both ways. and it always has. And that's something that he either, but like I told him, I reminded him on the drive down. We were probably an hour away, and we were getting ready to get into baseball mode. And you're coming over to say hi. Coming over. Come on, you got to come over on this side. Over here. There you go. If you appreciate craftsmanship and doing things the right way, well, that's what Bardstown Bourbon is all about. They're not just making bourbon; they're pushing the standard forward. Smooth, bold, layered with flavor. Whether you're winding down after a long week or celebrating a big win, it just fits. Bardstown Bourbon. Modern flavor, timeless craftsmanship.
Tell him put him on.
He said, here, he wants to talk to you. Here, put those in. He wants to talk to you. Come on, sit down. Sit down right here. You can sit down there. I'm good.
What up, dude?
You got to talk into this. You got to talk into this.
How you doing?
Good.
Yep.
How'd you feel today?
Good.
You got to talk.
Did you? How'd you feel hitting the ball?
Really good, actually.
Yeah, you look good today, man. You look good. You just keep going. Just keep going tomorrow. You guys go out there and win it, man. Show them what these Northern boys know how to do.
Yeah.
So tell them about your day. Like tell them what you were thinking, what you're feeling.
What were your thoughts in your at bats? What did I saw Coach Scott took home first game.
Did he say anything to you guys in the dugout about that? Like why he did, or what is reasoning for behind that?
Not really.
He didn't.
No.
Okay.
And I mean, what were you? I mean, you started off the game throwing.
Talking to the microphone.
You started off the game throwing. How'd you feel?
My arm was it was good, but towards the couple last innings, it felt like a little
fatigued.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's early.
Just like you were losing control over.
Yeah, over my changeup and curveball.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were tired. I mean,
what were you? Tell Jacob what were you feeling the very first at bat in the box? Like what were you feeling? Like what I mean? It's the start of the season. Like what's going through your head as a 12-year-old standing in that box?
Trying to hit it at that point.
Just trying to make contact.
Just trying to make contact.
Yeah. Are you looking for a certain pitch, or are you just going out there and getting the first fastball that comes?
Probably the second or third fastball I see, I want to hit it, but the first pitch I usually take it.
Okay.
Okay, and then tell them about walk us through the home runs. Like what was the pitch? What were you feeling? Like did you know instantly?
The first home run I was kind of I knew, but I also didn't know. And then the second one is I actually had no idea that it went out. I was just kind of running the bases, and I had no idea. And then
my second one to right center.
Yeah. I didn't know it went over the fence. I thought it stayed in the park, but I did not know.
And then tell them about the ground rule double.
That I thought it went over, but then some people said it only was a ground rule double, and then it was confusing.
Yeah, so at this field they put those temporary fences up at I think 275. Yeah. So because the fences were 325, and it looked like they had moved the temporary fences up 50 feet is what it looked like. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And there were quite a few gaps in between the sections. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so he hit one kind of right in
the middle of the gap.
So it was nobody really knew. And HUD was actually standing at second. You were like, was that a homer?
Is it a homer or is it a ground rule double?
Well, man, good luck tomorrow. Go out and finish the job. A good start for you, man. This is a very good start for you. And hopefully, you keep feeding off of this and it continues all season long. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. Go out there and finish it.
Thank you.
You're welcome, man. Love you.
Yeah, get Gino over here.
And I mean, how was so the fields are nice.
Yes, the fields.
Huge backstops. Huge backstops. Those are that's high school, college backstops.
They are deep, son. They are deep, and that was one of the first things that we noticed. And so, obviously, to some of our boys, because one thing about a Motor City's Hit Dogs team is that we are known for being aggressive on the bases. You know what I mean? Our boys don't get steal signs. That we don't dick around with any of that stuff. Our boys are trained from 8 years old to read the situation, adjust the situation, and take bags as they see fit. And that's just how Scott trains them.
It's always been like that.
It's always been like that, and that will never change as long as Scott and Tony own this organization. So that's just one thing that immediately, you know what I mean? Like it's like a kid in the candy store when they see backstops like that, because they know that it's going to be a day where bags are just going to stack up.
They're just going to run.
They're just going to run. So
you steal one, it gets past that catcher, you're getting another one.
Yeah, and there were so many times, man, where you could tell that the teams that we were playing were not ready to go. They were not sure, which is just crazy because that Team Orlando team, they're 20 minutes down the road, and it just didn't appear as though they were sharp, like they were ready. It almost looked like it was their first time playing outdoors when it was our first time. So come on over here. All right, we got. Hey, Willie, you coming over to have a conversation about? All right, sit down, have a seat. You got to talk in this, folks. You can listen in there, but you just can't. Yeah, you can hear. All right, you got to have a conversation here. Hold on a minute here. Hey, do me a favor. Take that camera just a little bit to the right. No, yeah, right there. Folks, you are now joined by the infamous Willie. What's your middle name?
I don't even know. It's like, I can't pronounce it.
Willie Vanacek. Willie, this is Jacob. You remember Jacob? He's over here.
What's up, Willie?
Let you guys have a little conversation. Talk to the man.
Hey, man, good day today.
Yeah, thanks.
You great at bats. What was your thought on that first home run?
I was just letting it show up and hit it.
Were you looking for a specific pitch, or were you just going after the first fastball?
Just going for it.
Yeah, that's good, man. You look good out there today.
Thanks.
Nervous?
No.
You guys look good today, man. You guys look good today for that first tournament.
Thanks.
You guys can go out there and win it tomorrow?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, we got that.
Who's this?
Gino.
Oh, what up, Gino?
What's good?
What's up, man? How was your day today?
Good.
You look good out there today, too. You guys all swing the bat well.
Yeah.
What was your thought on that on your home run?
Just like I was trying to hit line drives in the gap.
There you go. We'll go out there and win it, boys. Have fun. Get some rest tonight.
Yeah, we will.
How you doing, Coach?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Yourself?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, it's good, man.
How was your day?
My day was pretty good. I had a blast today.
Did you? You guys all look good out there, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I know we usually come out the first tournament. We always had them shaky games, and you guys didn't today.
Yeah. Thank you for saying
You guys
that.
look sharp.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, who's that? Robinette with you?
Yeah, that's Robbie.
What's up, Robbie?
What's up?
You ready for tomorrow?
Yeah.
You ready to go out there and hopefully you guys can win it all?
Yeah, we play Scorpions. I don't know. You gonna hit a nuke though? Hopefully.
Plan is for tomorrow, boys. Who's throwing? Do you guys know?
I think Tucker, me. I don't know who's gonna throw tomorrow now.
How you guys been?
Good. I've been good.
You guys all finally done with basketball and stuff, huh?
Yeah.
We lost. I lost in the championship.
You went to
Oh,
the
did
chip?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Andrew, you out there running center field?
Yes, I am, Coach.
Did you see his catch today?
No, I didn't.
Andrew and
Dude, ESPN highlight today.
Tuck and Andrew both made a diving play.
Yeah, Tuck and Andrew both diving plays.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which was key. It was key too because this is a whole run differential thing. So and it was right off the bat. That was the first game. That was the second inning and the second out, wasn't it?
I think so.
It was right off the bat. Yeah.
Nice. Well, you guys go out there tomorrow, man. You guys go out there and win it. Good luck. Stay safe. And just play the game you guys know how to play, man. Go out there and win it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach. Really
You're
appreciate
welcome, man. You guys have a good night. Get some rest.
it. You too. Thank you.
Oh, anyways. Yeah, well, they got that out of their system now. So
Yeah. Dude, it's so funny trying to interview them.
Oh, yeah.
They're
They
like,
got
yeah.
1,000 things
Yeah.
until the mic's on.
I know, and then you're just standing there and you didn't have the I'm like, all right, Jay, like
Yeah.
I can't keep this going by myself. I'm not like you.
That's okay, man. There can't be two of us, bro. There can't be two
No,
of us.
I know. Yeah, you're 100% right on that.
What's going on back there? How's Brantley doing? How did practice go? What's going on?
Well, yeah, like Jeff asked me, did you go to practice today? I said no. No, we got up. We didn't go to practice. I had my alarm set my alarm, then I thought I hit snooze.
Yeah.
But I hit off.
Okay.
And I fell back to sleep. So we got up.
That happens.
We got up about 8:00 and we went to the gym. We went to the gym for 2 hours. I took him him and Adrian went to the gym for 2 hours. We worked out, had breakfast and one hit and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And then tomorrow we go see the trainer.
Okay.
It's trainer Blaze. So we'll be there for about 4 hours with him, 4.5 hours working. So
Yeah.
getting ready.
Yeah. We saw, like I mentioned earlier,
Yes. Tell me about that.
bro, we saw some dudes today. Like, this is going to be
against you guys or just throwing?
No. Just that were like SBA that was in our pool. You know what I mean? Like, just the size, like our team still has yet to
everybody
jump.
hit puberty.
Yes. So our team is yet to jump into the puberty pool yet. Like, it just hasn't, it's just affecting our kids later right now. You know what I mean?
So, I was thinking about this because if you go down south, a lot of them kids in the south are already hitting puberty.
Sunshine. Vitamins.
Is it a northern southern thing?
I don't know, man. I don't know, but it just, you see it because even the teams that we saw today that were from the north, they're the same size as us. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Like we get the weird things. You know what I mean? Like the one in the millions of the the Robinettes of the world. You know what I mean? But that's not but everybody on these other on some of these other teams. Now, can you tell who were the Rebels last year?
I don't know. Rebels? I'm gonna have to look. I mean, if they kept the name Rebels, they must have been something Rebels
because they're
SBA Rebels.
Yes, they're the SBA 12U Rebels, and I don't know. Hey Tony, because I know those coaches. Okay, nobody knows who this team was.
Okay, I just turned on the laptop. So
what's that?
I just turned on the laptop.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let this load up, and I'm gonna look it up.
You're gonna know before anybody. Like you and Robinette are gonna be the ones that know because you guys know the most people when it comes to this.
I think he's got me beat, bro.
He does. He knows a lot. Son of a bitch. He knows a lot of people. So, but anyways, that team is obviously just absolutely stacked. And
they're from Florida, right?
They are from Florida. They're from down here. I want to say, man, it's, the coaches, it's not Team Extreme, but they got that huge catcher, man. I want to say he's from Latin America. Clearly, I mean, that whole team is Latin American. I mean, really, honestly, it is. I don't think there's.
What you're saying is we have a chance.
Yeah, for sure. But they're definitely, obviously, they're in our pool, and man, we had them. Like we gave up, and Scott knows too, because Jarvis was on the bump, and Jarvis was throwing a great game, and we were keeping a clean sheet. You know what I mean? I kept reminding the boys every time they went out on defense. You know what I mean? Clean sheet, because it mattered. You know what I mean? Of no runs against, and Scott knew it too, because Scott said he should have called the curveball. He called the fastball, and the kid hit one right through the gap between first and second, and run scored. And it was just like there goes our chance to be the number one seed. Just one run is a difference between being the number one seed or being the number 6 seed. So,
did you guys give up a run the first game?
No, it was the second game.
You guys only gave up run, right?
We gave up 2. We gave up 2 runs.
Okay.
No. We gave up 1 run, but so did SBA. But they beat us out in runs scored.
How many runs did they score?
31-1 the first game. They only got out of the second inning. They beat that team 31-1, and then the second game they won nothing. And we won 15 or whatever it was, something to nothing, and then we won 16-1. But they scored so many runs, they beat us on runs scored. Plus, you know what I mean? They tied us on runs allowed. So. Yeah, they batted through 4 times. Yeah. SBA Rebels 12U out of Orlando, Florida. And yeah, I mean, you would recognize half the kids on the team. I know you know the coaches, but just a very, very good team. And then I'm assuming that the JSM team, is that the team that's
the team that used to be JSM, and then they joined SBA. And I think half that team
Xavier coaches.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't see him today, but I also didn't see them play because they were at different times. So, but you know how he is. He's that coach that likes to, linger around and watch games, of other teams.
He knows what he's
doing. Yeah. He's been doing it a long time. He's really good at what he does. So
yes, he is.
Yes. He's one of the top 20 youth coaches in the country, I would say, easily. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah. I mean, and he's very, very well respected. Like I've never heard anybody utter a bad word about him. So like, he's never burned any families. He's, you know what I mean? He's never, done anybody. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that we've known it.
Yeah. It's not just that he coaches baseball good, but it seems like he treats everybody very, 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 very respectful. So, yeah. I think, but we did, like I said, we didn't get a chance to see them play because they were on a different field and they were at different times. So the only one that we got to see that was a powerhouse was the SBA Rebels. And like I said, just a very, very well coached team. And, I don't know how this all play out tomorrow, but I will say this is probably one of the best starts we've had to a season that I can remember as far as, like Jonah, Jonah's new to the team. Jonah comes out of the box today and puts one over the fence. You know what I mean?
Oh, did he?
Oh yeah. Jonah put one out. Yeah. Hud hit 2, Willie hit 2, Dino hit 1, Jonah hit 1. So,
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the ball was popping today, and we had quite a few doubles. The first game it was kind of weird because we jumped out to a pretty quick start, and then we did one of those things where we started getting. It's almost like we after Willie hit that first home run in the first inning, everybody was trying to put it over the fence. So we were missing a lot. We were missing a lot of stuff, and then it was just I don't know, and then the comfort level came in, and yeah. Next thing you know, everything's flowing good, and Scott was in a great mood, and yeah, it went well. It went well. So I'm excited to see how it all works out tomorrow. So
yeah, man. I hope, like I told the boys, I hope everything works out for you guys, man. I hope you guys can go out and have a great finish for the first. I mean, even if you don't win it, just go out there and
play good baseball.
Play good baseball, and play more than 3 or 4 games.
Yeah. 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 And that's the thing too, is that, one of the things that you start to realize and start to grasp and I guess accept more with the older the boys get is the losses are okay as long as it's good, as long as it's a good loss. And I know
as long as it's a good loss and play good baseball.
That sounds bad. And it sounds like probably, somebody would probably yell at me and probably going to clip that and put it with a Gary V clip of like winners win and losers lose and also, but I mean, in this game and in this stage, it's very, very, very prevalent that like you can play really good ball and just get beat because the other team's better. And there's nothing you can do about it. So, and you can take positives away from that because this baseball season, there's one thing about this game. It's a long season. There's a lot of baseball to be played, as you've been told.
A lot of baseball, man. It's season's early.
Yeah.
It's
are you
early
able
in
to see anybody that you noticed?
No, nobody is. It's not saying
nothing's
anything.
Popping off the page to you? Okay.
No, because I even looked up the coach and I mean, I didn't see much of him either. So,
okay. That's interesting. I mean, they look familiar. So that's why I would have thought that you would have. They're the one big kid. Big. I just mean like he's just a big 12-year-old. He had on a red showcase. Like he was the only one that didn't have the right uniform on today. He played third.
So he plays on a showcase team.
Yeah, he was definitely. Hold on a minute. Hey, Dom. Yeah. Who was the big kid in the red shirt that hit a bunch of home runs today for SBA? Silva.
Yeah. The big kid.
Yes. He's on that team.
So they were.
Yeah, Silva.
They were just the Rebels last year.
Okay. And what? Silva was with the other SBA team and came over to this one?
I just found it because I Googled the coach. Silva. You sure?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was because everybody was talking to him too, and I knew that was.
He's not on their perfect game roster.
So, and I don't know who they were last year, but anyways, it doesn't matter. They're a great team. Yeah, they're a stout team, and they're obviously the team to beat. Go ahead.
Those two teams you could play though, they didn't seem like they were that great.
No, they did not seem like major teams, to be honest with you. Which
very surprised me was that 5-star Mafia Elite.
Right. I agree with you because that's a pretty big organization.
Yeah, and they usually don't put product out like that.
Buddy, yeah, they did not look sharp. I mean, I'm not. No. And listen,
there's no disrespect to them at all.
I'm not being disrespectful, and the kids did great. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying like there was no juice from that side of the field today coming from anybody. You know what I mean? At all. Although I will say that they did have juice because they snuck in a stereo. We all got this massive email, no radios, no music, no nothing. And it was like, that's why I said it had a different feel to it today because there was no music, no walk-ups, no music at all, no warm-up music at all. Like we all got this email with the county saying because of where we're at in the county, there's a new ordinance and music is no longer allowed at this facility. So it had that older high school feel to it today. This is a business trip kind of thing. You know what I mean? How we talked about that in the past. Yeah. And then all of a sudden they roll in this some bitch and we're just like, well, hell, I mean, if you guys have got it, turn it up.
Yeah, no shit. Share it for all of us.
Right. Share it. So,
you know what, though? I was wondering why I didn't hear no music.
Yeah, there was none. There was none. It was just, that's why I said, like, it was just a different feel today. Like, obviously outside of the blatantly obvious that you and Brantley aren't here, it was a different feel because you didn't have this music going on. You had kids going to the cage, doing their thing, and then you had them getting ready and it was play ball. Let's go.
But, you know, I think that goes more on the mature side of let's get ready for high school ball.
Yes.
Whether, I mean, they're still in 6th, 7th grade, whatever, but it's showing them the other side of what is bound to happen.
Yes. I agree 1,000%. And it was, I'm not going to lie. I mean, it was a little refreshing. Like it was a little refreshing of just like, because
probably a little calm.
It was that's what I'm saying. Like there was no angst to this one. It was just a very like, it's you versus us. Let's go play ball. They ran out into the field, did the coin toss, they did the warm up, and it was game on. And then before you knew it, we were 3 innings in and it was out the door. So it was
almost like we're here for business. Let's get it going. Let's finish what we got to do and go.
It was 100%. It felt a lot like an older U tournament is what it felt like. So, and if that's what it's going to be, I'm all for it. Cause you know me, I mean, that stuff, I know you love it, but it didn't bother me at all today. And clearly it didn't for my kids. So have at it. Let's have it. No music ever again.
He might need that. I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
That might be something for him. So yeah, man.
We should probably touch a little bit on our last podcast because that's clearly again, it's gotten a lot of people talking. And I think that I want to, probably make a statement too, as far as like, Jacob and I, our last podcast, we talked about the 501c3 and, should it or should it not be used for youth sports and all this other stuff. I gotta be really honest with you about this. Okay. And that is that last night.
I haven't talked to you. So I don't even know what you got. I saw your little thing on, you sent me a text, but that's all I know. We haven't spoke.
What do you mean?
You guys were.
You mean the screenshot?
Yes.
That had nothing to do with the 501c3. The person that sent that screenshot to me had more to do with a different comment that I had made regarding maybe I think I shouldn't say that. Actually, now that you say that, I don't know, maybe it did have to do with the 501. I took this person's text message to me, which I will keep anonymous because they asked to not be, they don't want to be brought into the mess. But I took it as when I was making a statement about the fundraising and about how we're not taking advantage of the obvious ability to take fundraising dollars, and instead we're choosing to go other routes with, there's sponsorship opportunities, and instead we're choosing fun. That's what but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're right. Maybe that was about the 501c3 and I was raised. So getting to that, last night we sat out here, me and a couple dads sat out here at the fire and we were just talking about it. You know what I mean? Just rehashing the podcast that we did. And I will tell you that 99.9% of the crowd last night, they were so unaware that it was as prevalent as we were. They had no idea that it was being used as much of a tool as it is. And not that anybody has a problem with it, being done the right way, but nobody really, I think, really understood.
Explained it.
Yes. Nobody really understood that it was being used like that. So there was a lot of, I guess, light shed on it. And I think it came across as though you and I having a problem with that light where we don't know how we feel. I don't know how.
I said it. I don't have a problem with that. It is what it is. If you're going to use it, you're going to use it.
Yeah, just use it right the right. If it's done legally, right intentions, I got no issues with it. It's there. That's a great way to put it. It's there for a reason. You might have a problem with, well, not saying you, but somebody else might have a problem with it, but that's just because maybe they missed their opportunity to use that as an option or an avenue. I don't know, but I just know that I'm not in the position of business to be able to do that. Well, I just lost you, buddy. What happened?
It kicked me out of the studio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, said you've been kicked out of the studio.
You shouldn't be talking about that stuff, apparently.
Obviously.
Yeah.
No, but it's there for a reason.
Yeah.
So if you're not going to use it, I mean, if you're going to use it, use it. If you don't know about it, then educate yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, it's not that I feel one way or the other about it. I'm too dumb to know the best way to use it. And if it isn't, but I mean, clearly it's not like there's one person doing it and we're like pulling the wool up and saying, oh, we got you. Uh-oh.
What up, Sal?
What up, Sal? Sal's coming over.
He said, oh, fuck.
Put those on. Talk into that. Hold on.
What up?
What up, Sal? How are you, man?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
You guys came out and had a good day.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
No first game jitters like Houston always gets us.
Yeah, you're right. A little easier road there a little bit.
Yeah. You guys look good. You guys look very good.
Thanks. Yeah, the weather helps though. That's for sure.
Oh, you ain't lying about that, man.
Sal, tell him about the day. Tell him about the day. What's your take on the day?
Oh, I thought we looked good. Came out. I mean, first inning a little bit jitter here and there, but nothing serious. You wouldn't think we haven't practiced together.
No. You guys all looked in sync and everything, man.
I was telling Jacob that after Hud's second home run, he walked over to the fence. And I looked at him through the fence and I said, I just want you to know you make it really easy to be your dad.
Yeah.
Because what those kids don't understand is the pressure that we have being in Ohio, not seeing you guys. Like, am I doing enough? Like, Am I throwing enough BP? You know what I mean? Like, But when you come out like days like today, you make it easy to be your dad. Like you make it easy for the coaches to say, okay, we trust you. Because we don't know. We miss all of the Wednesdays, all of the Saturdays and Sundays. We were talking about it earlier. And today there were Florida teams that looked like they hadn't seen each other.
Yeah. I mean, even this year, Jimmy, he's probably down to, he was probably there 50% of the time this year because with basketball, and Olivia playing volleyball, me coaching, so it's always a struggle to get them there. So, yeah.
And I think the older they get, it's tough, man. I mean, especially these guys want to play other sports. It gets tough. It gets tough on the parents, especially like you guys, Sal, you guys have more, you guys got your daughter too, playing another sport, and you don't want to miss games. Like you feel like shit missing a game, and your kid, you're like, well, me and my kid can go practice at the high school. Like I have access to the high school. We'll go do what we got to do, but we're not going to miss your sister's game.
Exactly. I mean, that's why we missed when we switched to Thursday practices. It sucked for us because Wednesday was our open day.
Oh, so Rochester switched to Thursdays.
Yes. So when we switched to days that Olivia played Tuesday, Thursdays basketball.
Okay.
And then, so it's tough.
Yeah. And if she's going to watch him, he's got to watch her.
Yep. So,
yes.
Well, not even that. It's not even that. It's just, no parent wants to miss their kid play.
No.
Especially when, Sal has access to the high school to go use the cage or whatever.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it is easier being a high school coach. You got the you got the cages.
Yeah.
He practiced with the varsity kids. So, he's getting his, when we can get down there, we can get down there. See the boys
and like at this 12U age too, like with the other sports, when they start to get introduced, the boys are enjoying them. The other sport.
Sure.
So there isn't as much of a pull to go do ground balls.
No,
when we can go shoot jumpers.
Yep.
So that's a real struggle at this age, because the other sports are mattering more. This has always mattered the most, and now the other stuff is mattering just as much.
Yep.
With
but
football,
it's mattering.
Ours.
But it's mattering just as much too, because now they're playing with buddies they grew up with.
Yeah, I'd say that with basketball. That's one of the reasons why he wanted to play is because they're all in his grade.
Yeah.
He doesn't play. He plays only football with all of his buddies. Other than that, we play baseball here, obviously.
Yeah.
But with basketball this year, it was good. He wanted to play with his buddies.
And it's tough, man, because it's going to get like that as he gets older.
Yeah, especially for us. We're in a small school. He's going to have to play all.
How many kids are in Jimmy's school? Like how many is in his grade? Do you know?
I don't know the grade, but I can say our high school, we have 8 divisions in football. We're the 5th division.
Okay, so you're like we are.
Yep. And then baseball, we're Division 2. There's 4 divisions of baseball and basketball. We'd be Division 2. I think we have under 600 kids. The whole high
that's
school.
Scareaway. Yeah, that's Scareaway.
This is where we're at.
Yeah.
But for us, though, it's a little more personal for the kids. Everybody's closer.
Well, not just that, but there's a lot of things that go into it. There's advantages and disadvantages.
Oh, for sure.
So the disadvantages are the amount of eyeballs that are on your sport because you're in a smaller division. But the advantages are the less eyeballs on our kids. Our schools are way more intimate. Yeah. We don't have to worry about a lot of things that they got to worry about in Worcester.
Right.
In Worcester City schools or whatever, or Canton City schools. You know what I mean?
Or Cleveland City schools.
Or Cleveland City schools. Yeah. So, I mean, there's gives and takes with all of it. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, as far, yes, it would be great to have a Division I, schedule in play and have that talent. But at the same time, like, bro, there's a lot of things that we don't have to worry about at our little school.
For baseball, though, I mean, I'll be there when he gets there. We schedule a lot of Division I schools just to get ready for districts in our conference because our conference is tough.
Are you guys a public school or private?
Public.
Okay. All right. So are we.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like even football. I mean, like this year, our high school's team, won districts in football, districts in baseball, only because we're playing bigger schools, being prepared for it. So when we get to our districts, we're good to go.
Hey, you know what? Sal's a perfect one to ask this. And we've been wanting to ask this question for a while. And that is, Sal, how do you or can you compare? And for everybody just listening or just tuning in, Sal Hernandez, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, Sal Hernandez, his son, Jimmy, has been playing on our team since 3 years. So it was
3 years now.
It was HUD's second year. But explain to everybody, or to me, I guess you could say to me, can you compare, or what is the difference between the club level of volleyball and what you experience with travel baseball? Like, are those two completely different worlds as far as the amount of travel and what you guys go through, or are they very similar?
Very similar. The only thing I could say, if I noticed for volleyball, Olivia's on a national volleyball team, is that ours is a lot of essentially like Cleveland, Columbus, Pittsburgh. We were in Orlando last weekend.
Right. Columbus.
In Ohio.
Okay.
So like it seems like it's a little more Indianapolis. It's like it's kind of centered around there.
And do you think that's because there's more national level volleyball at her age?
Like, I'm going to tell you right now, we were in the last tournament we were just at in Orlando. There was 193 courts in the one convention center. 193.
And all of them similar levels.
So it was a national tournament. You had to be like, there's 3 levels. You had to be a special invite. And at their level, like us, we got majors, right? Well,
okay.
In volleyball, they got your top level, but it's got 3 levels.
Okay.
And that's like the next tier has 3 levels.
Okay.
Because there's so many more kids playing that.
Okay. Okay. You don't have to in volleyball. Is volleyball bigger as a sport?
I'm telling
you, really,
193 courts in one. That was just one convention there. Then there was 100 courts in another one, and another 100 courts in another.
So you think that volleyball is doing more than $54 billion a year?
I would say so.
Holy shit!
Well, I'm just saying your number of teams.
No, I get it, but I mean, like, I don't have that world, so I don't know.
No, it's crazy. Like it's nuts. Like, and they're boom, 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 boom.
So you don't have to go to Texas. You don't have to go to Florida to find these tournaments. Like, you guys Olivia can do more. She can stay just as competitive in a 6-hour radius than what we can do with baseball.
Yes. And then that's why we came to Orlando. It was a big qualifier, because they got qualified. We came here to get the qualifier. We did. And then they go to the big national one, which can be either California, Indianapolis, or Florida. They haven't picked the thing. Every year it rotates.
Okay.
You're hoping it's Indianapolis, aren't you?
Well, yeah, for sure.
Sure.
That one, you got to get invited. And that, you know what I mean? That you can't just show up.
So in Michigan, is girls volleyball, is that the boys hockey?
No. I guess it's hard to say. Like, because there is a lot of good programs at volleyball. I mean, I just know I'm just going by sheer going to tournaments, and there's freaking courts everywhere. And you got every age group. Every age group's got the same thing, 3 levels.
Dude, I had no idea.
I had no idea as well.
I'll have to send you like a video with an extra one. They just show you we got to think when we go to Grand Park, we play there. That's when they're inside Lucas Stadium. They're in that practice facility. It'll all be volleyball courts. I mean, it's nuts.
Extreme sports. Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. Like I didn't really, my daughter started, she didn't get to the national level till this year, and then last year a little bit. But when we just did local stuff, I was like, all right. Well, then you got better and better, and then I was like, crap.
Right. And you have to give her the same opportunity you're giving to Jimmy.
Oh, for sure.
Right. Same shit with Brooks. You can't pick
you know,
one.
I mean, I'm always honest. So I'm a coach, so I'm pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
If my kids weren't good, I would too.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
I tell that to everybody that ever gets into travel, like you got to figure out where your level is and then go from there. You got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because, I got a 27-year-old, so I've done it once.
Yes.
Been through the baseball, you know. And now with the same thing with Jimmy, I started him off at 6, rap team. See what he does. And then I took over, the River Dogs, which is a bigger organization in Saginaw, which was good.
Yeah.
And then we got to the next level. Then we all left. Connors. There's a couple more that went to the older teams. You know what I mean? So we all left. Just to get better baseball. But I didn't jump right away to the Hit Dogs.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't either. We went we were at Rec, and then we went to Bo Jackson, and then from Bo Jackson, that's when we found you guys.
Just like with my oldest, we did the same thing. I mean, he played with the local team, and then he got old enough to be good enough and went to the River Dogs, and then he played for the Hit Dogs for a year.
Yeah,
and then he got to the point where he just played with 18. 16. He played with all the 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
But I would say volleyball is another. If you open your eyes to that, and I'm sure it's the same way. A lot of the clubs gets a lot of the better girls. I'm sure it's the same kind of thing.
Sure.
Thing.
Hey, Sal. Hey, Sal, I do have a question. Is there a team or is there an organization, you don't have to say the team name, in Michigan that corners the best talent out of Michigan? Or is it spread like volleyball?
More in volleyball, or do you have the same thing that we struggle with baseball?
Yeah, like I would say Legacy is probably one of the better ones in Michigan. They got they got in Michigan Elite. I mean, but that's where the top go.
Okay.
I mean, to get on those, like you're like all the girls they're like 6'2", 6. I mean, they're just.
So you're basically on like a Canes National. You're like on a Canes National 5-star Mafia National, SBA National.
Yeah, those levels, those ones are,
Okay.
Like Olivia's team would be like us.
Okay.
And I mean,
on any given day, though.
Yeah. I mean, like last weekend, we beat the number 5 team in our age bracket.
Okay.
I mean, they're right there.
Yeah.
I mean, then they go and lose to like the 20th team, but it happens. It happens. Like we said there, we're like, you go from the gold bracket to the bronze bracket in 20 minutes. You know what I mean? But
when does that season start and end for her? Like with club.
Okay, so.
And I mean tournaments. I don't mean practice. Like, do they start during basketball season?
Yeah, where she was practice. She was doing. I mean, unfortunately, I feel bad for her.
Well, yeah, because you guys were down in Columbus.
Yeah, she's like, soon as high school volleyball got done, she got to travel volleyball. But then at the same time, she's been playing high school basketball.
I was getting ready to ask, is she in any other sports?
Oh, yeah, she plays all. She'll play volleyball, high school basketball, and softball.
Did she go to high school softball this year?
Yeah. Yep. She played varsity volleyball as a freshman this year. She played JV basketball as a freshman, and she'll play JV baseball as a freshman.
Okay.
I mean, the problem is, it's just like anything. I'm a coach too, and I always say at all of our meetings, I said, everybody wants a 3-sport star until it interferes with their sport. And so, like with her, I mean, if she would put, the same amount as the volleyball, because that's her favorite, she'd be a stud on all of them. But there's just not enough time in the day.
There's not.
And you got to give them. You got to let their bodies rest and give them a break.
No. So that's why it's only volleyball travel, and the other ones is high school.
Yeah, that's the way it is. That's the way it is with us. Baseball is travel, football and basketball are school. That's just how it is.
See, a lot of our school is a lot different because we don't start. The boys in 6th grade have no sports through the school. They don't start till 7th grade. So basketball and all that don't start till 7th grade. So we always got to do it on our own in 6th grade. The previous years we played in Catholic leagues where it was easier. You just played during the week. And then this year, I mean, we have some kids that are pretty good. And they wanted to actual play on the weekends and play other schools. So that's why we did that. And it was basketball season. So did we miss some baseball stuff?
Sure.
Yeah.
But
like he says, though, it's on us too to get the kids ready.
Yeah.
Because you're putting up the money. If you're not,
it's not just that too. It's also you don't want Jimmy to let down his buddy next to him. I don't want Hud to let Jimmy down. Jimmy doesn't want to let Hud. Like, there's just this immense amount of unspoken pressure that nobody talks about.
No,
but it's real. It's real, and there's also there's
always expectations.
There's expectations of parents of like, listen, man, if I'm gonna put $20,000 into this, I want dick face over there to put 20 grand worth of effort in his side too. Because if not, then it's a waste of my 20.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
can go spend this 20 somewhere else.
yeah, it's just it's and it shouldn't be that way, but that's just the human nature of it, man. That's just the reality
of the game, man.
What we're in, yeah.
It's just the human. It's the reality of it.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But do we know who we're playing yet tomorrow?
Yes, you're playing the Dingers Prime 12U.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't know anything about them.
And then if you win, you would play the winner.
This is my jingle.
Oh, I know. I liked it. We always had everything.
You'd play the winner of, well, there's an 8:00 game that's a play-in game.
No.
It would be SBA JSM National X versus CBA Stinger Scout. They would play that Dealand Suns you. Then you'd play the winner of that one.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So we're playing at 10. So what? 10, 12, and then 2?
No, 10, 2, 4.
10, 2, 4.
Okay. Well, we got to get, we're playing at 10 first. So.
Yes. You got to get past that 10.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Well, let's wrap this up, dude. I'm tired.
Yeah.
It's 9:30.
Hey, well, hold on. Let's finish that conversation about the 501c3.
What about it?
You said that you wanted to wrap it up in about the messages or whatever you were getting.
Yeah. So I was telling Sal, him that I was getting text messages from people back home and I was screenshotting them and sharing some of them that they were like, do you have no idea the can of worms you just opened by having this conversation? And I was telling Jacob that last night we sat out by the fire and the majority of us sitting out there by the fire had no idea it was as prevalent. No idea it was
until
as prevalent.
He said something. I ain't gonna lie. I heard the podcast and
no clue. You're right.
Wait a minute.
Now we're now everybody's Googling every club we know, trying to figure out what they're. He probably went into volleyball and checked it too.
I was like, what's going on with this?
And it wasn't. I was telling him it wasn't. Nobody really has an outspoken like yay or nay on it. We're so unfamiliar with that world that I didn't even know. I don't know how to feel about it. Like if it's legal, it's legal. It doesn't matter to me. I just didn't know that it was being used the way it's being used. Like I
said a minute ago, it's there for a reason. If it's there, then use it.
Yeah. I mean, we use it for youth football. We had to use it because we can't get any big donations because no one they want to be able to write it off. So our youth football, we're trying to get to it because we're separate from the school. And then we always get we would donate to you, but we can't really write it off. It's not a school thing because it's a separate entity. I mean, that's where I think it needs that. I mean, that's where I think the church, that's where it was intended. And now they took it to the next level. But I mean, if you read the bylaws,
they found that loophole. Them big old, all them people with all that money found the loophole.
Yeah.
On how to use it.
Right. So, I mean,
if you're trying to raise money, you're trying to raise money.
Yeah. They're just doing it for a different cause,
And it specifically, I mean, we pulled it up. It specifically has in there youth sports. You just have to meet one of the three criteria. Yeah. So like I said, nobody's claiming that anybody's breaking the law. We were just saying that nobody that I've talked to had any clue that it was used as widely as it is being used across the board. That's where it was surprising to us because some of these clubs that we deal with in travel baseball seem like such a money operation machine. How in the world could it be? How in the world could that? Well, that's how.
That's how. Yeah.
But no wonder.
No wonder. And then you were saying though, like there's got to be an end. There's got to be something at the end for them.
There's got to be. There's got to be.
Why else would you do it?
There has to be. There's for every give, there's a take. So there has to be something at the end of that rainbow that they're getting in return because nobody that rich, nobody that successful is just throwing it away.
Yeah, there's got to be something.
So whether they're making it off the kids or they're making it off something, I don't know.
Or they're writing it off as at the end of the year, like we said.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like how much? I guess how much can you write off? Who knows? Apparently a lot.
Well, fellas, you guys, good luck tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Good seeing you, buddy.
Yeah, you too, man.
Even though I saw you at the facility about a month ago, wasn't it?
About a month. Yeah, it was a Saturday. We actually showed up to practice.
Saturdays we showed up. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, listen, we're gonna check out. So it's 9:40 here. Hey, don't forget your clock's changed tonight.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, good luck tonight. Good luck tomorrow, guys. Go out and win it. We'll be watching.
All right, buddy.
All right, man. Love you. See you. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Later.